I'm back at our abandoned school, and I think now I can give you a bit of a look through. Took a few weeks for this to actually settle. This is our little storeroom, which Julie is going to turn into her office. And the back room, or the kitchen area. I'm not sure what was over here, but there was a lot of disgusting stuff on the wall that I've just used from White King to get rid of. And inside the school itself, got some fantastic bookcases over here, and the blackboard up over there, and underneath are the storage cupboards that the kids used all those years. And even some place you can still see where they've had the marks of bottles and things stored in there. And out this side is a low sink, obviously for small kids, not much good for me, and a half covered veranda area. There has been some damage in some areas here. White ants have been in there at some point. They've actually been behind this wall here, and I need to do a fair bit of work. There's something living under there. You can see the hole. There's two on the other side. And the white ants have been into here as well and chewed out one of the boards going up there. I think it's actually easy to replace. The problem is that this section here, I believe, is sunk, and this back room has tilted this way. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get under there and just jack it up so that it's straight again. And it's really evident when you look at this pipe that goes up there. It's actually impacted the roof and pushed it up a little bit. There's old Jarrah floorboards here. I've taken a paint scraper and scraped the loose paint off, and it actually doesn't look too bad. And the wood itself is very, very hard. That's what you get when you've got Jarrah. And you've seen plenty of times before there was a shed in this area here that had collapsed and all the asbestos had gone to the rubbish tip. The interesting thing I did find when I was here is that this appears to be one of the stumps that was used to support it. I've got a number of dead trees here that need to be removed. They've got white ants in, but they're fairly firm in the ground. There's not much I can do about them, but I'm suspecting in winter time I might burn them out. And down here, I've marked it off with some danger tape, is a leech drain. At some point it looks like someone's driven over it and collapsed two of those slabs. And there are two small fruit trees here too, so not sure what they are. I think that one's an orange, and the one over there appears to be a lemon, and it's got some pretty big thorns on it. We were really lucky to get this property. We got it for a really good price too. I think sadly that one of the previous owners had died, and that probably changed what they were going to do with the block. His ashes are on this block as well, so I feel pretty privileged that the family were actually happy for us to be able to buy this, because he is still here, and we will always respect that. So this is the old dunny. Fair bit of work gone on to here. Not sure how it was actually laid out originally. There were a lot of these size posts in the ground. The previous owner has put this wall up. Paul and I have rebuilt it. A lot of these original Jarrah posts, that one's still quite loose. It's actually still a solid beam, it's just rotten underground. And typical, it's a little boys' lavatory. The urinal is actually made out of concrete and looks like Bakelite or something. It's probably another asbestos containing material, as are the walls over there. Previous owners have redone the leach drains here, so there's a new leach drain and septic tank system here, and you can see the pile of dirt that's left behind from that. Sadly, the white ants have got into here as well, and I've done a bit of a number on one of the uprights here. Don't think it's going to be too hard to replace. A lot of the weatherboards are gone though, and I'm going to have to do something with that. Suggestion is that perhaps I just recover these boards and keep them for over at the school, and just sheet this with cement board. This is actually an asbestos sheet, so it's going to stay there. While it's there, it's safe, and we'll just keep paint on it. The boys' toilet is just behind me, and here is a currajong tree. It's one of two on the property. I've always wanted to have one of these, and now I've got two. And I'm just in the area where the girls' toilet was. This one is completely gone. All I can see is the drain that's in the on the ground over there. And out there is the old oval, and in the middle is where there was a cricket pitch. It's still there. So let's have a bit of a look at that. Sort of cricket pitch I remember in my days as a kid, where you'd have an oval and it was, well, we didn't know, but it was concrete with bitumen layer on top, and it's still, some of the bitumen's still there. This school operated for 70 odd years, and I wonder how many kids came through here. Over in the distance there is the wheat bin on the abandoned railway line. Not sure it's still used. We are really fortunate. There's a Telstra tower there, got 5G coverage, and it's pretty good because we're that close. Southwards is that way, and that's towards Corrigan, and north is obviously the other way, and that's towards Bruce Rock. In the wartime days, in the 40s, there was an ammunition dump out here, and that's something I've still got to explore. It's over in that area. They had to move it out of town because it was against the law to store ammunition where there were human beings, for obvious reasons. So they built a spur line out there, and you can still see that on Google Earth, and I think I've seen it on the ground, but there's, I think, 48 plus 16, what's that, 64 kilometres of railway line between Corrigan and Bruce Rock, all abandoned. It's going to be interesting to explore that over the years, and there's two towns between here and Corrigan that are worth exploring. Sadly, one of them was completely burnt out last year during a bushfire. Similar sorts of structures as what's here, but they are all gone. And just over there is the other currajong tree. When I was younger, I always wanted a Bronco. Now I've got one. It's just a shame that it's a little bit sad. No engine. Gearbox is still there though. A bit more gear from the Bronco front end. And here's another little shed. Once again, it's made out of asbestos, but it's still safe. Just need to paint it, and that will protect it, keep the asbestos where it needs to be, not in my lungs. And I think this was the pump shed. Bit of stuff stored in here, needs to go, but that's a job for another day. So I've had a few jobs I've done. I've filled in the pit that was over there. That was hard work. I'm going to finish off the toilet, and then there's pieces of a broken car over there. Going to load that into the trailer and take it up to the rubbish tip, and a few other things to the tip. Let's get cracking. There was a fair bit of work to do in the old boys' toilet. The upright post had to be replaced, and then some of the cross members were also replaced before the corrugated iron could be put back on. It was a long, time-consuming process, but the job was at last done, and it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Look at the size of that bloody spider. Scary mother. Oh well, ends another day here. Second load of rubbish to go to the tip in the morning, and just check out the front veranda. Amazingly, we've still got the school sign there. This is a little bit dark, but here's the front veranda. And